What's up?
What up, what
What's
up, what
up?
up? What up? It's RJ Fantasy Football Talk. You know what it is. We back again. Week preseason week 2, Rodney. What's going on? This is Jay.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Hopefully, week 2 preseason. It's also draft season, so we had quite a few drafts this past week.
Oh yeah. So
So
hey, you know what it
we'll be
is.
chatting about that. What's been going on your end of the woods?
Oh man, I can't complain. Just drafting hard this weekend, man. I had a draft last night from
Right.
7 to 10. Then I had one Sunday. I had one Saturday. I had two Saturdays. So, you know, just going hard, man. I got two more to do. So you know how we do. So it's draft season. It's good times, man. I love this time of the year. So definitely. So what about you? What you got going?
Well, I was at what 3 other drafts with you this past weekend.
Oh yeah.
So we had that going on. I'm actually in the middle of a draft right now on my phone. So if y'all see me looking down every few moments, it's because I got a draft happening during the show. And I got like another 3 lined up. So it's a crazy time, but it's a fun time. Draft
Oh,
season is really to me the best part about fantasy football.
oh yeah.
In fact, I'm going to be in a couple of best ball leagues, and that's all about drafting. And then you just chill the rest of the year, which is kind of I'm looking forward. It's the first year I've done it, so I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. I might miss the drafting part. Let me put my mic. I hope y'all can hear me. My mic is like halfway off the out in the atmosphere, so we'll see. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's good times. Good times. So
Oh, definitely. Just how we do. We playing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey,
too many, too many.
too many. So you got so much going on. It's a stretch. But when it's all said and done and it's finished and the season start, it gets real exciting at that point. So you got to do what you got to do. But we're gonna start with a little bit of news tonight.
There's a lot of
Now
news. Yeah,
it's a lot of news. I ain't gonna say a little bit.
yeah.
We're gonna start with some not breaking news, but it broke earlier today.
Right.
Teddy Bridgewater won the job. I didn't see it coming. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
it was some rumblings. They said that he was
I
gonna take the
almost
job.
saw it coming. If you watch the first preseason game, I was like, "This is the year Drew Lock is about to take over." If you watch that second preseason game, it was like the exact opposite. But I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, maybe they'll wait to the third game and decide." But yeah, they broke my heart. I picked up Drew Lock in the league just this weekend, and I'm like, okay, well,
Eh,
I
it's
let him
tough.
sit and see what happens. Maybe it won't be as bad as I think. Maybe Teddy Bridgewater will get tired of his game managing and say we need somebody that can throw the ball down the field to Jerry Judy.
Yes, I hope so because I got Jerry Jr. in a couple leagues, so
Right.
he's supposed to be really good this year. So I hope they can get him the ball. So
Yeah.
let's hope he does. So I mean, but I guess they wanted to go in a different
Yeah.
direction with Teddy Bridgewater because that's the reason they brought him in,
Yeah.
and he not making cheap money.
No.
So it,
And when they first brought him in, I figured, okay, they must be bringing him in to be the starter. But then as it got closer to the preseason, I was like, okay, it seems like it's a legit competition. And if they're gonna
hmm
have a competition, I thought Drew Lock would be the one to win it, just because he's the young guy, potentially your future. But to me, that's a sign they are not going to give him that opportunity.
oh no,
He's out the door. That's what it
yeah,
sounds
pretty
like.
much. Yeah,
Yeah.
if he couldn't beat out, not saying Teddy Bridgewater's a journeyman, but Teddy Bridgewater
Teddy
is a vet.
Bridgewater. How many teams has he been on? So
One, two, Minnesota, New
Minnesota,
Orleans,
New Orleans, Carolina for just
Atlanta.
one season. Now
Yeah, so
Denver. That's the definition of a journeyman
he's a journeyman.
and a
So if he
game
couldn't be
managing journeyman at that. Not even like a Ryan Fitzpatrick journeyman, because it's like
exactly.
it's a difference. Ryan Fitzpatrick will move your offense. Teddy Bridgewater would not mess up. And
So if he couldn't beat him out, then
so
he might.
I'm
they
not
gonna
saying
draft
he's Josh Rosen yet, but he's going down that path.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I mean, they might end up with somebody like an Aaron Rodgers next year if he can get out of that deal in Green Bay. So who knows? Could be something interesting there. The Patriots made a trade. It traded Sony Michel to the Rams. That's not what I'm all excited about.
Okay.
I'm not excited about the trade.
What
My question for you is this. It ain't even about excitement. It's more about somebody's stock being down.
Way down.
Does Henderson's stock go down with this trade? That's the question I want to know.
There was a slight concern that Henderson was hurt. Like, I think they said he hurt his hand or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But then they said it's not that big of a deal. But as soon as they, out of their breath, says it's not a big deal, they do a trade for Sony Michel. So I'm like,
yeah. Don't make sense.
I mean, it has to be kind of a deal for you to do a trade like
you
that,
gave up
right?
2 picks for that. Yeah, you gave up 2 picks for Sony Michel.
Right.
So you have to think something's wrong.
Something's the problem. So for those that drafted Darrell Henderson thinking, okay, he's going to be the solid guy, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
You might want to rethink.
Yeah. And I feel good for me because that was going to be my strategy, but someone always beat me to it because I was like, I'm not going to jump for Darrell Henderson. No offense to him. So I'm glad that everyone got ahead of me on that one because I would have thought that had been a good play. His stock is hugely down. I guess you say Michel's stock is up from 0.
Man.
But
I guess, I mean, the question is he coming in and stepping in being a starting running back? If he's stepping, I mean, who else they got out there? Can you name other running backs?
I'm hoping Darrell Henderson, I hope they weren't lying when they said he wasn't that injured and that the story is just that they aren't happy with the other running backs. But I'm not 100% sure that's the case. So I would say it looks like we always thought it was going to be a committee of sorts, but it looks like even more so of a committee because Sony Michel can be some competition for Darrell Henderson, even if he is healthy, right?
Because he catches out of the backfield.
Exactly.
So that's a part of the game I think they want to play.
Right.
They want to have a running back that can catch out the backfield. But, I mean, we're going to see. I don't think he's starting right out of the gate. I don't think his stock is up. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I said, it's up considering Sony Michel wasn't even on my radar before.
I guess.
So,
but
I mean, I don't think I draft him, but I was like, okay, he's there. I'm watching him now to see how that goes.
Well, learning the playbook shouldn't be hard because he was on the Belichick, so it should be something kind of similar, just getting different wording. So I can see that. But I do want to talk about somebody that stock is up. But first, we got to report this first.
Okay. What do you report?
Travis Etienne is out for the season. A little depressed. I picked him in one league.
Right? During the offseason, I was like, I am down on Travis Etienne. I am down on the Jaguars. I was starting to come around. I think we were talking about it at the draft this weekend. I was starting to say, okay, he might not be that bad. I'm still not a fan of Urban Meyer in the NFL, but I was like, okay, if they're gonna put this spot for him, because he went to receiving camp, and so he was that guy. He was gonna get some work in the backfield. I was like, okay. Not a big fan still, but I was starting to come around, and I guess I should have just stayed off, and maybe I made it bad for him because once I started believing, he's done for the year. So
done for the season, but it helps James Robinson
a lot,
a whole lot, because I drafted James Robinson in a couple leagues, and when I drafted Etion in the league too, so it was a situation where I was like, man, dang. But in another league, the other leagues I had James Robinson, I'm like, word, man, it's about to get serious because he's about to get all the touches. So,
hey, he was a 1,000-yard rusher just a year ago, and he was like completely forgotten this season as far as drafts are concerned. But now all of a sudden, his stock rises hugely, and so that's for James Robinson. You guys, you're probably happy. Another guy I say whose stock is up, and I was on this guy a lot last year. Laviska Shenault. The
Oh my
train, I
God.
told y'all, I got off the Laviska Shenault train because I was like, they're bringing in, and this is why I didn't like that draft pick. I was like, why are they drafting Travis Etienne? Hey, hello, Nita, thanks for joining us. I was like, why are they drafting this guy to be a dual running back / wide receiver when you have that? Laviska Shenault is that dude. And so now, I think Laviska Shenault has a better opportunity. So I'd forgotten about you, Laviska. I'd written you off, so we're back together again.
I feel like DJ Chalk, his stock has always been up.
Right.
But I think it goes up a little bit now because, they also announced that, which is not news. We all knew it was going to happen, but Trevor Lawrence was going to be the starting quarterback. So that's not news for me. So that's not
that
even
was
something
the most anticlimactic announcement. Welcome later to the show. Yes, you are on the live show. I saw that announced and I was like, why are they even putting that out? Did we really think Gardner Minshew
was going to beat him out?
Or like, CJ Beathard was going to be the starter? It's like,
boy.
Who doubted for a second of their lives since draft
Nobody.
night that
he wouldn't
Trevor
have
Lawrence
no job,
wasn't going to be the starter? That's just. Hey, I got breaking news. Patrick Mahomes is going to be the starter for the Kansas City Chiefs this year.
Just think about it this way. Like the fans would have rioted first of all.
Right.
I mean,
that's worse than Tim Tebow not making the team because you had to know, right?
He wouldn't have no job though. I think his job was on the line if he wouldn't start at him.
Yeah.
So therefore, I don't think that matters. But James Robinson is going to be big this year, just in that situation.
I think James Robinson goes back to what he was last year, which was awesome. Right.
But whoever got him low because of the Etion situation, great, because you got him at a low value.
Do you think James Robinson returns to his top 10 status from last year?
I hope so. I got him in 2 leagues. I would hope so. I definitely would hope so. Right. So yes, I hope he does. Little bit of down news, but we all know how this guy is. Swift could miss week 1. I don't understand this guy. This guy is always hurt. Always. I mean,
out of the 1 year he's played, right?
He always hurt. I never see anything about it. Like, it opens the door for Jamal Williams to come in and kind of get some work, which if you pick up Jamal Williams for 1 week, maybe 2, he can help you out and get a win.
I think if you drafted DeAndre Swift, you definitely go look on the waiver wires to get Jamal because he is going virtually undrafted in most leagues.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I think that's a solid. I actually kind of like Jamal Williams as a handcuff, regardless, just because of the fact we saw, and I think we discussed it a few times on this show. Adrian Peterson was putting in work last year. And so Jamal Williams is definitely better than an 87-year-old Adrian Peterson. So I think Jamal Williams is a good pickup. Welcome, Shaq, to the show.
What up, Shaq? What up,
Shaq?
Shaq?
Compliment. He says we got great content, and that's just because he knows we're going to talk about Mike Evans at some point, right?
Good Lord, boy, it's funny.
Top 5.
Top 5. Yeah. We
might be this year. I got Tom Brady, so I'm hoping Mike Evans is top 5.
I got Tom Brady in a couple of leagues. Tom Brady is going to do some work this year. This news topic is strange to me. I don't understand this guy. I don't know why he won't go get vaccinated. Just to kind of, and I think it's going to cost him his job at some point. Cam Newton may have COVID.
He commented he hasn't said whether he's gotten the vaccine, which I think means he doesn't.
He doesn't have it.
But it's the craziest situation because at first I thought he had COVID, but then they said it was just a doctor's appointment that he took outside of the New England area, and somehow it violated the COVID protocol, and so he can't have contact with the team for I think it was like 5 days or something like that. So I'm wondering, like, okay, what was the misunderstanding? Because it wasn't like Cam Newton did this on his own. It was a team approved doctors meeting outside. So I'm like, I don't know exactly what they broke or how they violated, but he's gonna miss some time. And considering Mac Jones is breathing down his neck, I don't think that's good.
I
Right.
mean, I think he's not vaccinated because they say he's been getting tested because when
Right.
you're not
Exactly.
vaccinated, you get
Exactly.
tested every day
And that
for
typical. So he hasn't. He said he's
yeah,
not
he's
going to
still
comment on it. But if you're getting tested every day, right, that kind of implies
yeah.
that
So
he's not
I,
vaccinated.
I
Apparently,
don't
Shaq
I don't
also has. I guess are we talking Mike Evans or are we talking Tom? I think he's just saying Tom Brady because he said he got him too.
he ain't got Tom Brady.
He ain't
Well,
got
unless he
Tom
got him,
Brady.
he ain't
We
got him
don't
in
know
the
how
league
many
win.
leagues Shaq is in.
Shaq is about 18 leagues, man. We Shaq
So he got Tom Brady somewhere.
he got Tom Brady somewhere.
That's what's
Now
up.
I think he had about 5 leagues. He told me the other night, but
Okay.
I think he got Cam or something like that. But I mean, it's not Cam. It's I don't know. It's a sticky situation with Cam. Cam just I don't know what the problem is, but it's a personal thing for him. So
Yeah.
obviously, that's his own feelings. But we don't know, man. He just gotta. If he wants his job, he needs
And
to
that's
do it.
that's what I'm about to say. Considering how sketchy that situation is gonna be for him this year, I don't think he needs to do anything that has him away from the team at all because
Not really.
he can be easily replaced. And I know one of us boldly predicted Cam having a phenomenal season.
Yeah,
He ain't
he
helping you out
killing.
so far.
He sure ain't. Cam, if you listening, go get vaccinated, brother. That's all.
Stay with
So
the.
you can get this. You can get this 4,000 for me, man. That's all I'm asking you, man. So
Okay,
please.
apparently Orlena did not hear me the first time when I said, yes, you are on the live show for August 25th, 2021. Double welcome to the show if you missed it the first couple of times.
We got some. We got. I got now. This brain. This makes my heart warm a little bit.
What you got?
Because this. I like this guy, man. I'm a big fan of this guy. Robbie Anderson, man. He got the check,
He got
man.
his papers.
Got his papers, man. I like that, man. 2 year,
Yeah.
29.5 million. I like he got it. He got his check, man. Undrafted. He went undrafted, and this is his second. I think his second big deal,
Yeah.
and he definitely is gonna be. And they said by the time he hit 30,
Yeah.
he can get another deal. So I think it's good for him, man. He's a solid receiver, honestly. So I think at the end of the day, it's a good deal for him. He sticks around in Carolina, Sam Dalton. I think he all right. So I think it's a good deal for him. I think that's good. Oh, he
Oh,
said
he got
Jamal
Jamal
Williams.
Williams. Okay, yeah, that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good
that's a
pickup.
good pick.
A good pickup.
Good pick. Good pick.
That way you can start him week 1. So
Hey, Robbie
because he go
Anderson.
get Robbie
I've
Anderson
been
good, bro.
trying to. Last year, we had our debate on DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson, and it turns out they're both really good, especially,
Yeah.
and they're going to be better with breakout season from Sam Darnold coming. But I've been trying to get Robbie Anderson in a couple of leagues. I think I only landed him in one so far,
Yeah.
but it should be. I think that's a good fit for him, especially
Oh
with the
yeah.
offense that they're going to be running. Hey, he might actually end up being the top wide receiver. I'm still a DJ Moore guy, but the way that
You-
offense is designed, it's really designed for Robbie Anderson to shine.
oh
and
yeah,
and
definitely.
reconnecting with Sam Darnold only helps
Oh
that,
man,
right? So
they gonna go off because
yeah,
he stretches the field
exactly.
like he got burners. He will smoke a corner, boy,
Yeah,
and a safety. So Donald and they have a connection already, like you
right.
say. So from the playing with the Jets. So I think them two together, man, the sky's the limits, man. I'm
Yeah,
trying to tell you. So we gonna see, but I think it's a good deal for him, and congratulations, man. Honestly, um,
take that money.
that's all. That's all the news I have right now. If you got any, we can go with what
No,
you got.
I think we hit on all the good news stories for this week.
But I do got a question in the audience. Shaq can chime in on this too. Did Jameis Winston do enough Saturday to win the job?
The answer for me is yes. It was like very neck and neck that first game was Jameis having
Yeah,
a slight advantage. I think
yeah.
that second game he solidified it. And so
Okay.
if not that Taysom Hill had a bad game, but he didn't have as strong of a game as Jameis did. So I when I saw that Trevor Lawrence was announced as the starter, and I saw that Teddy Bridgewater was announced at the start. I was the rest of the day. Okay, Sean Payton,
You was waiting for
it's your turn. Let us know, but still nothing.
There's a couple of teams they want to drag this thing out for some reason.
Right.
I got a segment on when we go to stock down.
Yeah.
I have just one that's stock down. I want my own personal segment for that one because I got some beef right there. I need to get off my chest tonight, so I need to get that off. But I think Winston should get the job regardless.
Yeah.
Taysom Hill is just not a quarterback.
He's not a great quarterback.
No, he's not, man.
Right.
I don't know why. He said he promised him the opportunity to fight for the job, and I get it. He promised them.
Right.
I get it. I understand that. But you, in your mind, you know that he is not that type of quarterback. You got to.
He's, like I said, I don't think Taysom Hill will be a bad starter in the NFL, but I don't think he has the potential of a Jameis Winston. Like, not even close between the two of them. And so the only knock that's ever been on Jameis is his tendency to throw the ball to the other team, which is not good. However, I was telling people he got that LASIK surgery. He's good now. He can actually see which players are his. I'm ready for Jameis to do this doggone thing. In fact, I told y'all I'm in the draft right now, and they just took Derek Carr off the board for me. So, Jameis, I might be hunting for you. Hopefully nobody that's in that league is watching. So,
look, that pass, those 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Like, he put it only where that receiver could get it. And by all means, I mean, like, you gotta start him. He makes that team, that offense better. Yeah. Honestly.
I mean,
Taysom,
just all he has to do is put his resume from Tampa Bay out there when he had control of that one and say, I can do this and turn the ball over less. Can you imagine what he's going to do inside a stadium like that? Come on.
Exactly.
It's gonna be crazy. Especially if Michael Thomas comes back. I see Anita Thomas, they were debating on GMF on whether you should buy the Jameis Winston jersey. Of course you should.
Of course you should.
Get in with Jameis. And Shaquem is also very enthusiastically saying that Jameis Winston should be the starter. And I don't know what point Sean Payton is trying to prove other than I'm Sean Payton, I'm a genius. But don't outthink the room on this one. This one is obvious. This is obvious.
In all seriousness, I think he needed to play Taysom as the gadget that he always was. I mean, you get more out of him in that position than you would quarterback
off the field in critical situations.
3rd and 2.
Right.
Oh my gosh, he did it so much last year. You take him out of the game at 3rd and 2, and I just don't get it.
I'm gonna go back a couple of stories because I meant to mention this one when we talked about because quarterback controversy, so to speak. When you threw out the Trevor Lawrence being named the starter and Travis Etienne being hurt, I saw, and we can get back to Jameis Winston being the greatest. Someone was floating the idea that they should sit Trevor Lawrence this year because it's already a wash without Travis Etienne. And I forget who's floated this dumb idea, but it was stated Monday. Was it during the game or was somebody that I was watching afterwards? But the point is, do you secure Trevor Lawrence's health in order to be better in your future? I guess. And I think the obvious answer is no. That's just dumb. But I did want to throw out that someone who gets paid more money than we do threw that out.
Yes,
as a possibility, and I'm like, no.
It's common sense.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's the whole thing. And like you said, we get back to the Jameis thing, but I want to. It's just like the whole thing with Chicago. You'd rather waste Fields on the bench and put Andy Dalton in the game.
Isn't that similar to this?
Sense.
Not 100%, but sort of like this thing we're talking about with James. You kind of already know who's your future. Taysom Hill's not the future. Who it is. Andy Dalton is not the future. Put in the guy that has the chance to really make a difference for your team.
And the thing is, them guys only can learn it's you can learn the mental part of it, being off the field, reading going over your studies and stuff. But you learn the game of the speed, the physical part of it, being on the field. And that's the only way. And they trying to say now the only reason Justin Fields is not starting because of the hit he took and he didn't see the guy coming at him. Okay, what if he did see the guy coming at him? What he was supposed to do?
Guess what?
Honestly,
I bet he see the guy next time. He took that hit.
That's true too. Yeah, I mean it's a learning curve. I mean you gotta learn. Really, and then I heard one person say, well, they don't want him to play week 1 because they playing the Rams. What does that matter?
Can
I'm trying to figure it out.
Can you get a better way to learn? Because you're going against one of the best defenses
in the league. So what does that matter? It's just all of it's dumb, man. It don't make sense. All these rookies, honestly, except Mac Jones, need to start. I'm not honestly, I don't think Mac Jones should start, but I think everybody else. Basically, they need to start because they need the time on the field. Right. Plain and simple. And they're better than the quarterback they're competing for, what they're competing with in camp. Hands down.
And even if they're not better, I believe unless there's a reason that you think this guy's going to hurt your team or do something to hurt himself, go with your guy and who's your future. The days of sitting a guy for years behind a starter, unless, of course, you drafted Jordan Love and he's sitting behind Aaron Rodgers. You sit behind a guy like that, but you don't sit behind a doggone Jimmy Garoppolo or Andy Dalton. Come on, that's just stupid.
I mean, I just think it's dumb.
Yeah, I see a question from Anita about a story of Trevor Lawrence, and he did. Yeah, I read that story about not really needing football. I think it was more in I have what we call work-life balance. It's kind of what he was going with.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, if you can say the same thing about Zach Wilson.
Right.
I don't think Zach Wilson really needs football. I think he loves football, but I don't think if he had to stop playing today, I think he would be financially okay if that was the case. So I don't. Though between those two, yes, I don't think that. Somebody like Justin Fields, it's a different story.
Yeah, he could.
Could say that, but
he couldn't say that.
Honestly, those guys don't need it, but it is what it is, But with Jameis, go ahead.
Oh no, go for it, Jameis. Let's get back.
But with Jameis, I think Jameis, day one, and like you say, don't take him out on 3rd and 2 when you need to get a first down and you want to run the ball because they all know it's coming. I don't understand. He's out. He's out doing it. He's in the game. He's out thinking himself.
Right.
And he did that a lot with Drew Brees last year, and it was terrible. It didn't make sense. So no.
Now here's something. I was looking at something. I need to start writing these sources down so I can give people their credit. But it's a bigger deal, I guess, with Taysom Hill because if he's not the starting quarterback, it pushes other people out of the way further down the roster. For instance, a guy that got hurt the other day, Adam Trautman. If Taysom Hill's not the quarterback, does he play more tight end, and is it going to affect guys like that further down the roster? Well, hey, this guy would have made the team, but now he won't because Taysom Hill's not the starting quarterback.
Well, Taysom Hill can play. He played special teams. He played tight end. He played running back. He played quarterback. I mean, so he can be used in different areas. I mean,
yeah, he's fine no matter what. I guess no matter what. I guess it's some of the other people on the team whose spots would be questioned. Like, okay, well, we don't. For instance, going back to Adam Trout, we don't need him. I don't think they get rid of him. I think he should be ready for it. But a person like that or somebody I don't know. I don't think Latavius Murray would be in any danger either.
Yeah.
But somebody further down the list maybe doesn't make the team, and so that could be a consideration. You strengthen your team by having Taysom Hill as quarterback, and then those other guys can fill in those spots, and you still have Jameis as your backup. I guess it's the logic.
I mean, well, if you think about it, I mean, he's making $12.5 million this year.
Right.
You have to use him at some point. You got to use him somewhere because you're paying. So you're going to pay him $12.5 million to just sit on the bench and not do anything? I mean, you got to use him wherever you're going to use him, and that's just the way it's got to be. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is what it is. But let's move on to something else. Let's
Where are we going?
Let's go. We both had drafts this weekend, and there were some players that went undrafted this weekend. Do you have any undrafted players that the fans can kind of keep an eye on that could do something down the line?
Here's something I noticed in multiple drafts, and I wouldn't have drafted these guys or these guys are getting drafted really late. And it's places where there's crowds at a position. For instance, on Shaq, if you're still on with us, you can let us know how you would handle this one. You got Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones, and now even Giovanni Bernard.
Yes,
you know, like
Lord, they got
that running back room is so crowded right now.
Yes, it is.
So you're seeing a lot of those guys either not get drafted or they're very late picks. So I don't know. For me, I still stay away from all of them, but I do think, especially Leonard Fournette, for me, is worth watching. If he did go undrafted in your squad, because I'm still not convinced Ronald Jones was as good as we saw him last year, just because Ronald Jones has never been that good until last year. So I still have one eye on Leonard. I couldn't pull the trigger to draft him in any of the leagues just because he burned me so bad last year. But that's one, if you will, group of running backs I'm looking at to see is there anybody out of that mix that's worth picking up.
No,
I got a few more.
I got Marquise Callaway. He's somebody to watch, even though like he did really good Monday night, but I would still want to keep my eye on him a little bit more. I know people are picking him up now, but I would like to see that against like an actual true number one defense, because I don't think obviously some of those guys were backups, and some of those guys can be on the street come a couple weeks from now. I would like to see him do that against a legit number one cornerback, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna keep my eye on him. Another one is Jalen Rieger. I've been hearing really good things about him, and he didn't really even get drafted in any other drafts that I was in this weekend. Well, obviously we was in a bunch together, so I didn't see his name called at all. So I can see him being a guy, because he's actually the number one receiver there. So I can see him doing work, but I want to keep my eye on him too. So just showing a little Philly love to your dad a little bit. And your former boy, Tyrell Williams.
Henry? Oh.
No, Tyrell Williams.
Hunter Renfrow, I mean.
No. Tyrell Williams. Because we don't know who is the number one receiver there.
Tyrell
in Detroit.
Tyrell Williams is about to get hurt again, because that's all he did.
You always.
That's all he did with the Raiders was be hurt, like 24 hours a day. So.
Well, they say he's the number one. He's supposed to be the number one.
In
Detroit, but
I don't want any other wide receivers. I still say I would pull in another undrafted guy, Brashad Perryman. For me, would be more likely to be the number one, because Terrell. Okay. But I did read that Tyrell Williams was looking good when he was out there.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I've
never seen him play for the Raiders, so I don't know. But
he said, "Lord." But I mean, we'll see. I mean, they have nothing else. I mean, you got to think about it. They're gonna be losing games. They got to throw to somebody. I mean, Swift is not gonna be there. Swift is always hurt, so it's like You got Jamal Williams. You got William. You got Tyrell Williams. Rashad Perriman. I mean, who do you thought T.J. Hawkinson gonna get double teamed, but he gonna get most of the targets anyway.
Yeah.
So somebody got to be open. I mean, geez.
Yeah, I mean, I think for a waiver wire pickup, Terrell Williams, he's potentially a number one wide receiver, and whenever you can get a guy who's number one at a spot, give it a shot. Here's another potential number one wide receiver who's going kind of undrafted, and I think injuries, much like Terrell Williams, are the reason why. Devonte Adams down there in Miami. Devonte Parker. No, wrong Devonte. Devonte Adams is not going undrafted. I'm sorry. I told you I'm in the draft, and I'm looking down at my draft sheet, and I just saw his name, and it popped in my head. Devonte Parker is who I meant to mention. He's not getting drafted in a lot of leagues, and part of it is because of his injury history, but I think a lot of it is also because of Tua and the lack of confidence, if you will.
Yeah. Tua don't get a lot of love now. Tua is, because I don't really think they believe in Tua, and I think if they could make a trade for a certain quarterback that we all know, if he was to get cleared, they would make the trade in a heartbeat. So I don't really think they believe in him too much, but we definitely gonna see.
Right.
But I think he's going to be productive. He's always been productive. He was productive last year with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Yeah, I seen that too.
Right. Speaking of which, I'm going to pause the show to talk about one of our drafts. Our producers chiming in with Hunter Renfrow. For those that have been following for a while know, I'm a Hunter Renfrow guy.
Yes.
She drafted Hunter Renfrow in the league that we're in just for you, and I don't even think you paid attention to it.
Why? I don't.
It was just to get to you, and you just let it sit there. So she ended up dropping him to pick up, I think, Darnell Mooney, which is an excellent pickup, by the way.
I mean,
especially if Justin Fields starts. But yeah, we tried to throw some Hunter Renfrow situations at you. You're not biting on it.
I'm not biting on it because Hunter Renfrow is trash. First of all,
well, that's just wrong.
I mean, I'm being honest.
Probably the third best wide receiver on the Raiders. That's not trash.
Excuse me? He's probably the fourth option. Matter of fact,
he's probably like the sixth option.
Yeah, like, seriously?
I just said the third best wide receiver.
No, he ain't even. Wallace won.
He's not a wide receiver. I specifically said wide receiver.
Are you serious? Yes. They use him as a split end. Tight end, sir. He's a /tight end /wide receiver. You know more than anybody. That's your team. You should know.
I specifically said wide receiver.
Don't
be like Jimmy Graham talking about I'm a wide receiver. Like, no, you're a tight end.
Jimmy Graham, at one point, he was a wide receiver. No. He was doing wide receiver numbers. I'm just saying. So
hey, Travis Kelce does wide receiver numbers every year, but he's still a tight end.
I mean, I guess if you want to say that, but she never. I didn't even catch. I didn't catch the Hunter Renfrow thing. I didn't catch it. I wasn't even paying it no mind, honestly. Yeah,
so
I mean,
you missed the joke. So
yeah, it's fine. She should have kept him. Who knows? He might have got that 1,000 yards you say he was gonna get.
No, she was planning on dropping him like the moment the draft ended. So
I mean, it's especially in that league, she can get a bunch of people in that league. I mean, geez, these guys don't know how to draft anyway. Outside of me and you and a couple other people. It's the truth. I mean, I ain't lying. She knows. She's seen it with her own eyes. I mean, come on now. It's the truth. But that's all I got for undrafted, man.
That's all you have for undrafted?
Well, the undrafted players that I'm watching for, because I can't give it all.
He's getting kind of drafted, but Antonio Brown. He's not my guy.
Gosh,
I don't like him. But
me either, Lord. Somebody went Antonio Brown though. Actually, Shaq wanted him.
Yeah, some people have been last year. He's been like for a couple of drafts, I think like the last pick or like very.
No way.
And he's not going in a lot. You still have no.
What one
if,
you got?
Here's the situation I lay out for you.
Okay.
And I'm still not drafting him, by the way. Chris Godwin missed a lot of time last year.
That's true.
With an injury. If there were a similar situation, that's a guy who I can't do it for moral reasons. because he burnt my
He
team.
said for 4
Yes,
reasons. Okay.
morally, Antonio Brown cannot be on any of my fantasy football teams.
Okay. All
But
right.
he's a guy that I look for on waivers
Okay.
because for a lot of leagues he's going to be there for you, and especially if there's a injury. I think that
Sure.
automatic. Now, even if there is an injury and he goes up, that's a lot of mouths to feed. We talked about how crowded that backfield is. The wide
That
receiving
receiving
room
core
is not
terrible.
much better, right? So,
Oh my god.
and that is why he's going virtually undrafted in a lot of leagues. But he's still someone I think you look for.
I mean, you got Godwin, you got Evans,
You
you
got a lot of
got
guys.
Brunk, you got. I mean, it's just too many. It's, and then you got all the other tight ends that's there.
Right.
No, I can't do it. He ain't on my radar. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I mean, if it has to be a injury to Evans, to Godwin, for all those, for him to even make an impact on that team at this point, because everybody else is literally gonna get more. They're gonna get a
Right.
lion's share of the catches over him anyway, so it don't even matter. So me personally, I wouldn't think about drafting him. He got drafted last night.
Yeah.
I don't know
I've
why,
seen him
but
what do you remember what round it was?
it was round like 14, I think.
Right.
Something like that. It was late.
Near the end.
Out of
Exactly.
18 rounds.
He's getting drafted like with kickers and stuff like that. So
yeah.
I just
yeah,
find it
definitely.
I find it interesting. I find it interesting.
I won't do it.
The last one I was gonna bring up, and I kind of think I get this one too. Any wide receiver for the Colts.
Oh man, that's a tough one because I got T.Y. Hilton in a
Right.
couple leagues. Pittman is
Pittman
another
is a guy
one. Like
I'm surprised has fallen so far off. I think there was so many high expectations from his rookie year, and
yeah,
I kind of understand why Ty is going very late or undrafted in some. And I guess I have to apply that same logic to Pittman. He was kind of a disappointment, but if I'm gonna pick somebody between
Yeah.
T.Y. Hilton and Michael Pittman, I think I would go Michael Pittman.
I'm going T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you got Pittman should be better than he is now. He just like he's in his third year. He should be better
Is
than
his
what
third?
he
I
is.
thought it was just his second. No, it's just his second year.
Second year. So
Yeah.
last year he was supposed to be
Yeah, he
take
was
over that
supposed
number
to
one
be a
role.
really big deal.
But
He had a very disappointing year. I get that.
but do you think it was the quarterback? Or because they had Phillip
They had
Rivers
Phillip
last
Rivers
year, do you
there.
think it was Phillip Rivers?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you think it was a combination of him just not being ready last year? He should do something this year.
Phillip Rivers has a resume that I don't want to say it was all on him. I mean, Phillip Rivers isn't the guy he was, but I still think there was enough opportunities that I expected to see more from him. So I'm
Okay.
going to say maybe Pittman needed to step up. So maybe he does it this year. I don't think the quarterback situation is much better with Carson Wentz, who is
About the same.
Yeah.
About the same.
Yeah.
I would say it's about the same. So, I mean, it just depends on how you look at it. Pittman is never on my radar,
Yeah.
honestly. He's just not one of those guys that I got to say, oh, I think I got to get. Because he hasn't shown me for me to even say that. He ain't shown me nothing. So,
Yeah.
it's just nothing there for me, But, I mean, to each his own. If you want Pittman, keep an eye on him. He may do something for you. But we just got to see, because the whole situation with Carson Wentz, is he going to be back week 1, week 2, whatever? It could be week 5 before he come back. We don't know how he feels right now. We just know that he's back at practice. But I don't know. That might just be something they're just putting out there so it won't make people afraid. So I don't know. We'll see. We're going to go another episode of Stock Up, Stock Down.
All right.
So Stock Up for me is my first one is Big Ben.
Okay.
And coming off a down year from last year, which I consider a down year for Big Ben, he looks a little bit thinner this year, like he's been working out. I can honestly say he looks better this year than he did last year, and I think he should have a big year this year. You know, so him, Najee Harris is included in that because you're not a big fan of Najee
That is
Harris, but you've
not
seen what
true.
he can do.
That is
Oh, yes, it
demonstrably
is.
untrue.
No, no, no.
I
Can we
said
run the tape?
I said not
Can we
run the
run it
tape,
back?
and you'll hear
We
me
can run the
saying that
tape.
Najee
We can run the
Harris
tape
is
now.
a top 15 running back. I simply stated
Uh,
that he will not get 1,000 rushing yards, and neither will
yes,
any
he
of the
will.
rookie running backs. That's what I said.
Okay.
So
All right.
I'm a fan of Najee. I just don't think he's going to
Okay.
get 1,000 yards because I've not seen that potential from the Steelers in several years. But
Okay.
yeah, I can go with people are still impressed with whatever he's been doing, which is nothing, really.
He said, which is nothing.
I mean, point to his great preseason stats so far. And not that he's played a whole lot, but I'm like, okay.
He hasn't played, but the time he was out there, he had 2 catches, 53 yards last Saturday.
Yeah,
So
he
whatever they played
better than his first game. But,
I mean, he's gonna do work this year. I don't know why you don't expect that.
Hey.
Okay, whatever.
No, I expect him to put top 15. Keep in mind, I keep
Top
saying
10.
that. Top 15.
Top 10. Top 10. Zach Wilson is another one that showed his
stock up.
Stock up on Zach Wilson.
I'm still not impressed because he plays for the Jets. But
oh my gosh, you and this Jets thing, boy! I try to tell you, boy.
Right, go.
It's
that's
a
y'all
couple,
old coach, so.
Not even that. It's a different system, different coaches. It is. It's just different. It's a different culture around there. So you can't really go based off the old culture. It's when it was Gates and he just was a horrible coach. But it's a different system around there. Zach Wilson, Michael Carter, actually, the running back is stock up for me because he is gonna get all the carries. They saying he's looking really good in camp, and I think he gonna be he could be a top 20, top 25 running back when it's all said and done. Which I don't think top 25 is good, but if he can get in that top 20 range, I think he'll be okay. So, and then my last one is Trey Lance. Trey Lance looked really good last week.
Yeah.
Yes. Really, really good. I don't understand that situation, man. I really don't. I can't. I don't know, man. He looked good. He made mistakes, but he came back and proved that he can kind of get through that situation. And he did his work. He did what he had to do in the second half. So, what you got for stock up?
Well, I'm with you on most of those, and I kind of combined it with before. I was gonna do my stock up as Laviska Shenault, but we already talked about why I believe his stock just jumped up as well. If I've got to go with another person, and I'm trying to decide in my mind how much I really, really believe in this one, but I think I do. I'm gonna go for it. And I've said his name on the show. He's a rookie that I've talked about on the show before. And it still has to do with that Sony Michel trade. Ramondre Stevenson, perhaps?
New England?
Yeah, New England. Now, you know me. I'm not a fan of New England running backs. But that gets one more guy out. James White is eternal. He's never going away.
Yeah.
I think 20 years from now, he'll still be the third down back with the Patriots.
You ain't lying, Lord have mercy.
Damian Harris, I have confidence in. But I think with Sony Michel gone, Ramondre, he's an interesting guy that I'm keeping my eye on. I'm still not drafting him, but his stock is up for me with that trade.
Yeah, I would say that, but I think Damian Harris is the guy.
Yeah, Damian, I think, is solid. As solid as you can be in a Bill Belichick offense. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter who,
until he fumbles.
Yeah, until he fumbles once, and then he's just
and then
to
it's
the
over
back of the bench forever.
Yeah, it's over from there.
I really think Ramondre Stevenson is someone I've been keeping an eye on, which is a high compliment for me. Because again, I don't like New England running backs just because Bill Belichick is their coach. But stock up.
Stock up, definitely.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. Stock up on that. I still think Damian Harris is,
He
unless they do like a dual backfield.
right.
I think both of them can kind of get, which I could see happening,
Yeah.
because Bill Belichick, he's not
You,
sticking with one running
you
back.
never know. But yeah,
You never know.
and that's the thing. That's what I started off saying. I don't know how much I believe in it, just because he's still fighting for space. So that's
Yeah, definitely.
he's got a lot of room to go to get it. But I think
Yes,
he's at least worth keeping an eye on.
I would definitely keep an eye on him, because if Harris was to get injured, or something was to happen, definitely he would be a guy that you can plug in to get you through a week or two until he gets back or whatever. So that's not bad. I ain't mad at that at all, because he's been playing really, really well in the
Yeah.
preseason.
So
So definitely, I agree with you on that. Um, but like I said, my other one was Jameis Winston, but we already talked about Jameis Winston. Um, but my stock down, I only have one.
okay.
His name is Jimmy Garoppolo. I need you to come to the front of the scene. Um,
You're always stopped
sir,
that on Jimmy Garoppolo. That's
no, because I have real beef with Jimmy Garoppolo now, bro.
what you
Like
got?
you are coming up here, you're smiling. I don't like the approach that he's taking. Like, you throwing interceptions in preseason games and you going to the bench like it's okay. You smiling and dapping people up, and you going 3 for 6 for 15 yards and an interception. Like, you're
I
trash,
keep
bro.
telling you, that's the quarterback mentality. You gotta brush it off and keep on going.
Brush what off, bro? Like, come on, man.
The
Like,
stench of failure.
like the stench of failure. You stupid. No, look,
What you
I can't take it no more, man. Like, today he came out and was like, "Yeah, I know he gonna be the starting quarterback. I got a feeling." And you smiling like it's okay, bro. You ain't won nothing. I need you to sit
right?
down somewhere. You just mad because this kid outplaying you,
Yeah,
and you don't
by
want
a
to be truthful
lot.
about it. So I need you to be truthful about it and say, you know what, Cal, give him the reins, bro, because he doing it. I ain't doing it. You going out there throwing interceptions, overthrowing people, getting people killed. You gonna get somebody hurt again, like always. I
Yeah.
need you to sit down,
Well,
take a seat.
the
Go
good
ahead.
the good thing about Jimmy is he's gonna take a seat eventually anyway because he's Jimmy. So you
I
don't gotta
just,
worry about it. He got you covered.
man, I can't take it, man. I truly, as a fan, because right now the fan base is divided between him and Trey Lance, and I'm on the Trey Lance side.
Right.
Me, me personally, I feel like I say trade him and get him up out, honestly, because I don't even want him as a backup, because he's coming in the game. All he gonna do is he try the thing he's trying to do now. He's trying to run like Trey and do all this stuff. Dog, stop.
Gotta be
Stop
right.
down, bro. Stop down. No, we don't want you. I don't want you. But that's my little mini rant. I ain't gonna keep going on because everybody know how I feel. So
Nah,
it is
you
what it is.
good. Got a situation developing.
What you got over there? I see you drafting people. He's really drafting live
Yeah.
on the show right now. And I want to know where you're going at. You gotta
Well,
let the people know where you're going.
y'all missed it because I was in the middle of it. I did end up with they took, I told y'all earlier, they took Derek Carr from me,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a choice between Big Ben and Ryan Fitzpatrick. I decided to go Ryan Fitz. I decided to go with the Fitz Magic.
Over Big Ben?
I really did. I looked at it.
Why?
I went.
No, that's a bad decision.
You don't like that one.
Because
Let's see.
Fitzpatrick is
Here,
10.
let me try to lay out the thought process.
I'm listening.
I've got Scary Terry, and so I'm trying to
Okay.
double up on. I'm trying
But
to double
you
up on the
know,
points there.
what's the percentage of Fitzpatrick getting benched this year?
0.
Are you sure about
Absolutely
that?
0.
So you don't think Tyler is gonna come in and just swoop in and take that job
Not
when
even
he's
close.
stopped? Okay, all
Not even
right,
close.
all right.
But I
I'm
am
glad.
going to probably go, and that was only. This is a super flex league that
Okay.
I'm in, and so I've got 2 quarterbacks. I need a third
Mm-hmm.
for safety, and so we'll see where I go from
Okay.
here.
I'm just saying now. You gotta think about that decision there because Fitzpatrick tends to get benched sometimes.
This
For
is the
poor
year.
play.
I'm telling you, stock up, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Oh my gosh, why are you doing this to yourself?
Yeah, they say
You
he's not
should have.
technically the. I thought about Ben, but
I
yeah, we'll see what I do.
I would have went Ben. I'm just saying. That's more
We'll
of a
see.
guarantee.
It
It's more of a
is. It
guarantee.
is. I kind of
You
I
got to go
kind
with
of
the
want to
guarantee.
gamble, but I can back it up. So we'll see where that goes.
Okay. I mean, y'all heard it here first. He drafted Fitzpatrick over Big Ben.
Yeah.
But for y'all to know, it's a super flex league, so they only run one quarterback. So
Well,
he's
I'm
fine. His
running
first
two.
quarter.
I don't know why I didn't. Now I'm doubting myself.
All you had to do is ask
not
me. I
for
would have
Big
told
Ben,
you.
because I be Pittsburgh Steelers fans are gonna hate me on this show because I'm always downing something. I'm really
Yeah,
not that
about Pittsburgh.
huge on Big Ben this year,
Oh
but
my
there are a
gosh.
couple of quarterbacks out there that I am for that I could have gone instead. So we'll see what
Derek Carr.
happens. Huh?
Derek Carr was one of them, wasn't it?
Who?
Derek
No, I
Carr.
told you they took Derek Carr earlier in our
So who's
show.
left?
Yeah.
Who's left?
I still got Jameis out there that we've been talking about,
Hmm.
and Sam Darnold, who I am calling for a huge season from.
But you wouldn't draft him
But
though. Is that what you saying?
no, hey, we're in league. You saw I drafted Sam Darnold like twice
I know.
this weekend.
I know.
I'm big on Sam Darnold. Blow up
You
season.
live.
Stock up,
You live. You live, man. You
Sam
gotta.
Darnold.
You gotta. You gotta draft these guys, man.
But I'm not feeling that good about that Ryan Fitzpatrick selection
Oh,
right
now you're not.
now.
I mean, you should have went Big Ben. I would have went Big Ben in a heartbeat, but that's just me. You got to go with the guarantee.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's guaranteed to keep his job.
he is.
Fitzpatrick, that's another story.
We'll have to see where that goes.
Okay,
All right, though.
but y'all heard it here first, because when he come back and say Fitzpatrick, or when you hear Fitzpatrick, oh, he's been benched.
If they announce tomorrow
That he's not the
Tyler
quarterback.
Higbee is the starter,
Quarterback, you're in trouble. What you gonna do then?
I'm gonna feel. I just knew I was getting Derek Carr, so I think I got thrown off. So it's all good. RJ Fantasy Football Talk. We recover well.
We do. We are in a lot of leagues, and we're gonna bring a lot of championships home.
That's how it goes,
This
and
year.
hopefully help you all bring your championship home as well.
Definitely. So you know how we do. We ain't going nowhere. We here.
All right.
See y'all in 2 weeks.
See y'all. No. Oh yeah. Oh, thank you for saying that out loud. We're gonna be off next week. Someone's celebrating the anniversary. Congratulations to y'all. So we're gonna take that week off right before the season, and we'll be coming back with y'all with the best coverage. So good luck with y'all drafting. Until then,
And look forward to the Saturday shows
Yeah.
coming too.
and
So,
like,
definitely.
subscribe, follow us on all of
Subscribe.
our social media pages.
Find us.
Find
We
us.
here.
We out there.
We are.
All right, y'all. Peace.
All right.